I'm Connor Roll, and this is Old Oscar Countdown, and here we are at the very final episode of Old Oscar Countdown for the 2017 Oscars, and that is my final Oscar predictions. Here, guys, go! This is our fourth week now. My final predictions. When I started this back in October, I was so surprised that I got some up of a picking up, and really I decided to do this for myself and for, you know, somewhat like 20, 30 of you to show up and really watch the videos. It means a lot to me. If you're just scrolling around looking for Oscar predictions, I'm the guy to call. I've been doing these videos since October, breaking them down, looking at them, analyzing them. I've got great Oscar records, so you can trust me for sure. As for the fans, the few I have, don't worry. After this video, it won't be the last for a while. I'll come out with the reactions video, hoping to come out for like Tuesday after the Oscars, and then from there I'll explain my new series, which I will have a new series. Essentially, I'll either take a week off after that or the week directly after, where I sort of, I'll tell you in that episode. It is somewhat Oscar related, but not completely, and to sort of tie me over until, of course, October again, when I'll probably starting up the Oscar talk again, or maybe in September when I go to TIFF, hopefully. But anyways, first thing I want to say, excuse me for the sound. I decided that, you know, I've moved to a new set because I've had some sound issues. They're here again, unfortunately, but maybe we can't hear them. Maybe, you know, it's all good. But I decided, because this is sort of my, I guess, last episode, and I started here, you know what, let's end here. Why not, right? Anyways, let's start from the boring categories to the more interesting ones, just so you can wait along for a little bit. Actually, no, let's go from most interesting to most boring, because I know most people will leave by then. Okay, so picture, this is an obvious one. Essentially what I'm going to do this is first choice, second choice, and then who I want to win. So my first choice for picture, obviously La La Land. It's one PGA's Producer Guild, and one Directors Guild, and one at BAFTAs. It didn't get nominated at SAG, but still, I think La La Land is a pretty good lock for there. Of course, second choice is Moonlight, because that's the only film I can see pose a threat. And then who I want to win, Arrival, just because it's my favorite movie of the year. Director, we have Damien Chazelle, beautifully directed La La Land. I think they respect him a lot. He's this 32-year-old young auteur versus Barry Jenkins, who is a little older but still somewhat young. He's below 40, and that's pretty impressive too. And I just think they love La La Land so much. I mean, you've got 14 nominations. How can you not give it to the director? Damien Chazelle, another pretty good lock there. Next one here, actress. This is the big category. Emma Stone, Isabelle Huppert, Meryl Streep. Who is it? I'm going with Emma Stone. You'll notice that there's not too many sort of like deviations, just because I'm trying to get a good score in general. Sort of making sure, that was my whole thought process behind this, is making sure the math backs me up. Or if it's not my first choice, it better be my second choice, and better not be a third choice, or else then I look stupid. So let's go back to Emma Stone. She just won everything, and it's going to be super surprising to me. I know some people, I can see the Isabelle Huppert sort of, if you use the annihilation of Jennifer Lawrence versus Emmanuelle Riva, Jennifer Lawrence beat Emmanuelle Riva, although she was coming up pretty close there. But something like Amour, Emmanuelle Riva's movie, was nominated for Best Picture and nominated for Best Director, so it was a little more of a chance there. Hell, it's not even nominated for Best Foreign Film. That's why I think I'd be surprised if Isabelle wins, just because Emma's won SAG and BAFTA and Golden Globes and not Critics' Choice, but she just won so much. And on these industry awards, she's just really been on a clean sweep, no real threat. And Isabelle wasn't even nominated at things like SAG, and I don't even think BAFTA. So Isabelle could potentially do sort of a Marion Cotillard sort of situation, and upset, I'd say, but she's right now, but because I said that, Isabelle is my number 2 pick, Emma is my number 1 pick, so that's that. I'll come back to these if I think of something, although I think Emma, I think she's pretty good. I think, and normally a Best Picture win, which I think is La La Land, comes with an acting nomination or win too. And Spotlight was a weird one last year, so it didn't get that. Neither did Birdman, but Michael Keaton and Eddie Redmayne were like this. Anyways, so I think Emma's going to get in there with that La La Land sweep. Now for actor, I think it's pretty obvious it's either between Denzel Washington or Casey Affleck. It's so hard to decide. I've been going back and forth for a lot of time. This may not be my final predictions. I may be being a little bit of a cop-out, but if you can follow me at Connor Roll, I'll post sort of my final predictions on my Twitter. and then you can call me from there. Although these will be 95% accurate, I won't change a lot of these. But support actor Denzel Washington over Casey Affleck, just because Denzel has SAG, he has momentum, and pretty much Casey has won a lot of the Critics Awards, but he hasn't won really any industry awards. That's why even something like Golden Globes, that's like a critics, because it's a foreign press, which are journalists. So the industry has told us Denzel, he's been campaigning extremely aggressively. He's the director of the movie, and he wasn't even nominated at BAFTA, so it's hard to tell there, but he's the director of the movie. He acts in it. He's got the key to the kingdom of all of August Wilson's plays. He hasn't won in 15 years, and I think he'll join that pantheon of the 3-time Oscar winners. Whereas Casey, he's sort of been not campaigning at all because of these sexual allegation pass that aren't mainstream media, but I just feel Denzel, they like him, you know what I mean? And I think they're going to reward him for that. And speaking of which, supporting actress, that's pretty locked to Viola Davis. I'm not even going to explain that. The only one, second pick here, I still chose Michelle Williams. So really no one's going to beat Viola. My second pick is Michelle Williams, with who I want to win was Naomi Harris, and I didn't say that for the past few. So lead actor, I want Viggo to win. Lead actress, I want Ruth Negga to win. And for director, I want Damien Chazelle to win. I just forgot, these are sort of my personal picks, that's all. Supporting actor, now this is going to be a super tight race. I have Mahershala Ali at front with second place Dev Patel, although I see Dev winning possibly. It's very difficult. I don't think Mahershala has this in the bag. He lost Golden Globes, he lost BAFTA, he's only won really SAG and Critics' Choice, but out of the industry awards he's only won SAG, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. I think he's got a lead just because his SAG speech was really well done, and if it's going to get political, he's a Muslim, so they're going to vote for him that way, if anything. But Dev is really friendly, he's nice, he's been campaigning, but the problem is I think he's a little too young, especially for a male, whereas Mahershala Ali, he's sort of the man of the hour, he's sort of the Alicia Vikander of this year, having a show everywhere, and I think that just edges him out slightly, like a SAG and a Critics' Choice over just a BAFTA for Dev Patel, but Dev is a close second, so watch for Dev, and then my pick is Jeff Bridges, because I love him. Original screenplay, this is super hard too. I don't think this is a lot, as some people are saying, but I do agree with them in terms of Manchester by the Sea. It did not win WGAs, but neither did La La Land. They lost out to Moonlight, which was in the original screenplay category. But essentially, La La Land is sort of seen as the creative, the more original of the screenplays. But I think Manchester has a lot of the guy with Kenny Lonergan direction. And the only thing I could see, and I might change this, I'm very iffy is that, is Kenneth Lonergan the New York outsider, and they don't want to respect him and they want to leave him home nothing. Maybe, it's possible. But La La Land for a script, that means it's going to be a really big sweep. I'm not saying it's going to be a really big sweep. It's going to be big, but not that big, I don't think. And Manchester by the Sea, just a beautiful script. My personal preference is Hell or High Water, but that'll be a close race. I might switch. It's going to be difficult for sure. But just because Manchester won BAFTA is the only other industry award, I got to go with that. And then adapted screenplay, this is I think a lock from Moonlight because it won at WGAs for original screenplay, beating out Manchester and Moonlight. And then who won adapted screenplay at WGAs? Arrival, which is my second choice. But Moonlight I think is pretty good. They love the movie, they love Barry Jenkins. I think they're going to award that for there. And my personal pick for that one being Arrival. So now this is an interesting one here. Cinematography. I'm going La La Land, but Greg Fraser has shown a lot of promise right now for Lion in cinematography. I think he's a dark horse that not a lot of people are paying attention to. People are just normally putting down La La Land, which I am too, just because I think it's going to get caught up in that sweet mentality. But if you're not sort of on that La La Land train, go for Greg Fraser, Lion in cinematography. I think that could be a good dark horse, and if you're betting and you want to win your pool, sort of those odds can help you out for sure. My personal pick being Silence. Of course, these are not surprises for my personal picks necessarily, because a lot of them are the Connors winner. If you haven't seen that video, go check on my channel. It's sort of my own award show. It was a lot of fun. Costume design. This one on deviation from the La La Land sweep. I'm going with Jackie, just because a contemporary movie such as La La Land hasn't won in a long time. Jackie lost the Costume Designers Guild, but it won BAFTA, so for me that's sort of like a lock. And I have to go with the period piece in sort of the smarter sense. Like last year I chose Cinderella instead of Mad Max just because it was like the bigger ground, people remember that. But Cinderella didn't get any other nominations. At least Jackie has a couple more nominations in Natalie Portman and in Mika Levy's score. So I think it has a little more support there. And costume design for La La Land, it's either going to be the sweep and they're going to get everything, or they're going to sort of like choose and pick. And for this one, I think they're going to choose and pick, and collectively, an anti-La La Land vote will go towards Jackie because of that iconic pink dress. Next one here, film editing. Like I said, I could change this one too. A lot of people are Tom Cross, he won for Whiplash, he's going to win again for La La Land, and editing normally goes to Best Picture. Well, not necessarily. And statistically, right now, Arrival could win film editing. This is not a category people are not looking at all, and Arrival definitely could win for Joe Walker, a beautiful, an amazing editor, and I think a beautifully edited movie because of the structure of the movie. That could really help towards it. It's not a Hacksaw Ridge where people are saying maybe could be second. I don't think so because it's just shaky and stuff. But I think that it's either going to be a La La Land sweep tonight, or they're going to choose each one individually. So it's going to be interesting. But for here, I'm still going with La La Land because editing generally goes to the picture, not always, but generally. And then Arrival second because it won that Ace Eddies Award, so the editors sort of industry awards. And I think La La Land won too. They're in separate categories, which makes it so difficult. My own pick is Arrival, just because I think it's beautifully edited and seamless and tight. And I know some people have said, oh, La La Land a little long. So, interesting to see that. Next one here is makeup and hairstyling. This is Star Trek Beyond, but a dark horse would be A Man Called Ove, which is my second choice. First choice is Star Trek Beyond. Personal pick is Star Trek Beyond, because I'm a fan of that movie, fan of that makeup. I don't think Suicide Squad's going to get it. And I don't think enough people have seen A Man Called Ove, and Suicide Squad people didn't love it. I think Star Trek Beyond, if you see it, it's a good fun time. It's got cool makeup, so that sci-fi feel already to it. So if people haven't seen the movies, they're gonna vote there because it's got a little sci-fi to it. So I think Star Trek Beyond's got that one, but beware of A Man Called Ove. I mean, I was on that train for a long time. I just recently got off, but I mean, that could even win foreign film. I mean, watch out. That could be an interesting one. Production design, I'm saying La La Land with Arrival second. Like I said, I'm not picking Arrival for any of them. I could switch because I have to make it a little risky, make it a little fun. Like I said, follow me at Connor Old on Twitter. But really, the interesting thing here for me is I think the beautiful colors of La La Land will win. But then some people are saying Fantastic Beasts for production design. So this is a hard one for me in terms of my second choice. But I chose second choice for Arrival just because I think they like Arrival a lot, and if it's going to win anywhere, it's got to win somewhere, and I don't think they like Fantastic Beasts a lot, and it's also sort of a kids movie, but a lot of people are saying Fantastic Beasts for production design, so watch out for that, or even costume design. They could get a couple of those, snag those away from La La Land, or Arrival could, but I still think that La La Land sweet mentality is going to work here in these below-line categories. Score, this is a lock very much for La La Land, because you think music, you think score, La La Land's musical, it's happening. My second pick being Moonlight, and my personal favorite, of course, being La La Land. And then original song, this will go City of Stars, sort of La La Land theme. And then second will be Lin-Manuel Miranda's How Far I'll Go from Moana. That's my second choice. Where it could be an interesting, like, sort of, they pick him because of that, and they want to give him an EGOT because they love Hamilton and whatnot so much. But right now, I'm sort of thinking, you know, let's just stick with City of Stars as the theme of the song is La La Land. It should win. Pretty good so far. Sound editing, I've been going back and forth on myself with this one, but I think I'd be stupid and sort of bang myself over the head if I'm not choosing Hacksaw Ridge. It could be a surprise spoiler here with Arrival for both categories, but right now I'm going with the typical Hacksaw Ridge for sound editing and La La Land for sound mixing, with them switching on second and first for each one. It's either sound editing and mixing are going to go to the same thing, because they like Hacksaw Ridge a lot, so they're just going to vote for both, or La La Land, they're going to vote for both. But I think for some reason musicals do really well in sound mixing, and war films do really well in sound editing. So that's why I'm going to do that. I think it's just right now, like I said, I might make a couple more risks just to have the fun of it, but right now these are the mathematical odds, the statistics, where these are the better ones. And like, I'm not saying, oh, I go on a website and I look at the stuff. No, I make my own inferences, I do stuff, I look at the guilds and whatnot. I don't just blindly follow all of that stuff, some people may say, but for this Hacksaw, it won a lot of those Sound Guild awards. But something like Arrival won something at Sound at BAFTA, where it's not editing and mixing, it's just combined. So be aware of something like that, a rival could spoiler here in some of these categories. But I'm still saying Hacksaw sound editing, La La Land for sound mixing, visual effects. This is Jungle Book's, I think, to lose. It's all visual effects. People really impressed by that. It made a lot of money at the box office. They want to reward that. But Rogue One could be a spoiler because I'm going to spoil Rogue One. So mute it for 5 seconds. You see a CGI Grand Moff Tarkin, Peter Cushing, where a lot of people thought he was real, even though he's been dead. So to bring him back like that, that's incredible visual effects, and I think a lot people could recognize that, but that was people's reasoning why they picked The Revenant last year, because of the bear scene. But I ended up going to Ex Machina, which was a surprise, but still, for visual effects, I want Doctor Strange to win, and that'd be a cool surprise, but I think Jungle Book has this in the bag. Animated feature, just gotta go to Zootopia, I think. Kubo and Two Strings, like, again, another potential spoiler. There's a lot of these categories where my second picks could very well be right. But still, I would get somewhat of the points, I guess you could say. And Zootopia, I think right now, it's the only movie. Kubo is sort of that pretentious factor, but Kubo is $1 billion. It's animals. It has a politically charged message of inclusion, and it's sort of against racism, which fits into the Oscars so white thing. If they're going to really show a backlash at this year's Oscars. But Zootopia, I think, I don't want to overthink it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm going to Zootopia, although I wish Kubo would win, and that's my second pick. Documentary, this is O.J. Made in America, with actually a second choice being Life animated. A lot of people are saying 13th or whatnot. I think O.J. has this pretty much in the bag as a solid documentary win, because it's so masterfully done, and, you know, I mean, O.J.'s had a great year with People vs. O.J. Simpson, so you've been seeing O.J. somewhere, unless there's a backlash against him, I don't know. But it's a beautiful documentary. I think it should win. I think it will win. And then Life Animated, though, could be a spoiler because it's sort of a happy movie out of the bunch. 13th, I'm Not Your Negro, O.J. Made in America, and even Fire at Sea are sort of somewhat politically charged and have to do with, like, past times. But Life Animated is just a really fun sort of a kid with autism being sort of helped with Disney movies to speak and learn. It's really a fun bunch. It's the only one that sort of sticks out in a group of people that are so similar. Foreign film, I'm going to go with The Salesman just because of the political factor. I do think it's going to get political tonight with all the Donald Trump stuff. If you don't know, this is Oscar for Hardy. He won for A Separation a couple years back, and now he's got A Salesman again. And a lot of people were Tony Erdmann, and now they're Salesman. I'm Tony Erdmann. It's a 3-hour German comedy. I don't even think they're going to watch it. Get through the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe because Jack Nicholson is making a remake, it'll be hard to see. But I think Tony Erdmann doesn't have a chance. I mean, it has a chance, but doesn't have a back of a chance. I think Salesman, because of that politically charged thing, he's not coming to the Oscars, and that's why people are sort of saying, because of the sort of the Muslim ban that happened, he's just saying, I don't even want to deal with that. So I think they're going to vote for him for that. Although second pick is A Man Called Ove. Guys like Pete Hammond from Deadline Hollywood and Ann Thompson from IndieWire have been on the ground and sort of been saying, people really love A Man Called Ove, and it could win for this foreign film here. And we could be stupid for not realizing this sooner and just being blindly political, but A Man Called Ove very well could win. People love, love, love this movie. So watch out. That's all I'm saying. Alright, here's the last three, the boring ones. Animated short, I think, is Piper. This is because it's Pixar, and the animal normally wins. Last year was the bear. 2 years ago was the dog. So now I'm going to go with the bird, and the last time Pixar won was with a bird short. So I think the odds are with them on this one, with Pearl being the second choice, but I don't see a cumulative second choice. Could be something like Blind Vesha, Borrowed Time, although Pearl's like a 6-minute Google VR sort of thing. That's really cool. And then I haven't seen any of them. Documentary short, The White Helmets. George Clooney is supposed to be remaking of this. I know a lot of people have sort of the support for it. It's sort of politically charged with the Syrian refugees, with my second choice being Joe's Violin, just because on paper it looks good, although a lot of people don't like it. I have to just keep it there in second choice, and something could be like What Tiny My Homeland could get in there. But I said Joe's Violin just because it's a Holocaust movie, so you can't always just count that out, because a lot of times Holocaust movies do win these sort of shorts. With my live action short choice being La Femme à la TGV, and my second choice being Sing Medellin. Now these aren't sort of like your typical, some even say like, oh, maybe Silent Nights or something like that, which, I mean, it could get in there, but something like Enemy Interior, I think it's a favorite right now, which is a joke to me. I mean, from what I haven't seen all of them, but I have seen that one, and it's sort of so boring. If all the shorts like that, I have no idea what's going to win, but this one was so boring. It was just two guys sitting in a chair. It's like, I don't know, I didn't like it. But La Femme TGV, I think it has a lot of support. I think people really enjoy it, and it's sort of like from what I know, it's like a Swiss sort of movie, and it's sort of like magical in a sense. And then Sing is a sort of a sweet movie about sort of inclusion, and actors get in there. But Silent Nights apparently feels like the most of a film compared to all the shorts. But regardless, I'm going to go with La Femme et la TGV. The shorts are so hard to pick, so I might get wrong with some of those. Just a quick overview. Possible ones that I'm going to change. Really close races. I'm not going to change supporting actor, which is a close race. Original screenplay, I might change. And then something like, yeah, editing or production design maybe could go to a rival. I might switch that possibly, even though that could be sort of sacrilegious, I know. But right now, these are the numbers. The odds are on my side based on the guilds, based on the percentages, stuff why you should be predicting this or whatnot. Anyways, those are my predictions. I know pretty standard, but like I said, I just had a blast doing this Oscars video. I've been doing this since October. If you're new, if you're not, you've been watching the channel, thanks for coming back every week. Like I said, I'd love for you to stick around until after the Oscars. There will be a reaction video, so there's one more Oscars video left, but I'd love for you to stick around just to see what I've got next, because I think, as you can see, and if you're a fan, I have a great wealth of knowledge, and I can talk not only just about the Oscars, but about movies in general. I truly believe that. So anyways, guys, I'm Connor Roll. This is the final episode of Old Oscar Countdown. Until next time in October, well, until next time, until the Oscars reactions, technically not an episode of Old Oscar Countdown. But after that, we'll see you guys next time.